Gentlemen, imagine this for a moment. You wake up tomorrow morning, stretch under the warm sunlight spilling through your window, and take just one simple spoonful of something so ordinary, so unassuming, that it's probably already sitting quietly in your kitchen cupboard. Yet within a few weeks, something remarkable begins to happen. Your blood starts surging with renewed strength. Your energy returns in waves. And that confidence, the one you thought had slipped away forever, suddenly feels like it's walking beside you again. No prescriptions, no complicated surgeries, no awkward doctor visits, just a tiny, daily ritual. So simple, you could start it tomorrow. And here's the part that shocks most men. Science shows that this humble ingredient can improve circulation in the areas you care about most, often better than expensive treatments that line pharmacy shelves. I'm Dr. Mojit Kara. For more than 3 decades, I've devoted my life to helping men over 60 reclaim their strength, restore healthy circulation, and rediscover the vitality they thought was lost. I've met thousands of men in my practice. I've heard their stories, the quiet frustration, the embarrassment, the subtle changes they've tried to ignore, and I've guided them toward results they never imagined were possible. Now, I have to be honest with you. The truth may surprise you. The key to reviving strong, healthy blood flow is not hidden in a flashy new pill, nor in some exotic supplements sold at a premium. It's in something natural, something you've probably walked past hundreds of times without giving it a second thought when used the right way. This ingredient doesn't just support circulation, it can transform your health from the inside out, restoring energy, vigor, and the confidence that makes life feel full again. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what this ingredient is. I'll explain why just one spoonful a day can dramatically improve your circulation, and I'll share the subtle yet powerful ways it can make you feel more alive, more confident, and more like yourself than you have in years. And here's a little teaser. In just a few minutes, I'll reveal a morning twist that can multiply its effects up to 3 times. It's so quick, so simple, you can start tomorrow and feel the difference before the week is over. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe and click the notification bell. This channel is packed with doctor-backed tips designed specifically for men over 60, and you won't want to miss a single one. If what I'm saying resonates, type 1 in the comments below. If it doesn't, type 0 so I can understand better how to help you. Now, let's start. At the beginning, to truly understand why this simple daily ritual works, we need to understand why circulation naturally declines after 60. Once you see the real reason behind slower blood flow, you'll realize why this one small change can make such a dramatic difference. Why circulation declines after 60. When a man in his early 60s sits across from me in my office, maybe retired, maybe still working, the story is often familiar. He'll tell me, Dr. Kara, 10 or 20 years ago, I never even thought about my stamina. When I wanted to be intimate, my body responded. Going for a walk didn't leave me winded. Everything just worked. But lately, things have changed. Erections that were once effortless now take longer, sometimes don't happen at all. Hands and feet feel colder than before. Even intimacy becomes something he hesitates to pursue, unsure if his body will cooperate. Here's what I tell him and what I want you to understand right now. This isn't just aging. It's not bad luck. And it's certainly not something you have to accept. What's happening lies deep inside your blood vessels. Specifically in the endothelium, a thin, sensitive lining that controls how well your arteries open and close. Over decades, this lining can become damaged. Poor diet, lack of consistent movement, chronic stress, and years of unnoticed inflammation slowly make your arteries stiffer and narrower. And because the arteries in the penis are among the smallest in your body, they're the first to show signs of trouble. Think of it like plumbing in an old house. Over time, the pipes get clogged, valves stop working smoothly, water can't flow freely. In your body, that water is blood. And without healthy blood flow, nothing works as it should, not your energy, not your confidence, and certainly not your intimate performance. But here's the good news. What most men never hear from their doctor. Your endothelium can be repaired, your blood vessels can regain flexibility, and the first step doesn't involve medication or invasive procedures. It's something far simpler, something you can start tomorrow morning in your own kitchen. When I first share this with patients, they often react with disbelief. It can't be that simple, they say. But then they try a ton. The results speak for themselves. Energy returns, circulation improves, confidence grows, and, slowly but surely, life starts feeling like it used to, or even better. So, let's talk about this overlooked natural solution. The one ingredient that can begin restoring your circulation and confidence in ways you may never have thought possible. It's simple, it's natural, and it's waiting for you right now, picking up where we left off. Now that you understand why circulation naturally slows with age, let's dive into a solution that's been hiding in plain sight all along. Overlooked natural solution. Over the years, I've seen countless men walk into my office after trying every pill, powder, and procedure imaginable. They've spent thousands of dollars chasing quick fixes that either didn't work at all or only helped for a short while before fading away. I can see the frustration in their eyes as they tell me, Doc, I've tried everything. But here's the surprising truth. They haven't tried everything, because often, the simplest, most powerful solution has been sitting right in their kitchen, quietly collecting dust. That solution is pure cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. And I'm not talking about the cheap, mass-produced blends you see in plastic bottles under bright supermarket lights. I mean the dark glass bottles of first cold-pressed single-origin olive oil, valued for centuries as a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet. This isn't just a cooking ingredient or salad dressing, it's a medicinal food, packed with compounds capable of transforming vascular health and supporting your overall vitality. I've seen it work in men who are ready to give up hope. Within just a few weeks of adding a single spoonful to their morning routine, their energy surged, their blood pressure stabilized, and their confidence returned in ways they hadn't felt for years. And science backs this up. High-quality olive oil is rich in polyphenols, antioxidants, and healthy fats, all of which help repair the endothelium, boost nitric oxide production, and keep arteries flexible. And when your arteries are flexible, blood flows exactly where it's needed, exactly when you want it to. It's often overlooked simply because it's so simple. People expect complex solutions, expensive treatments, or cutting-edge therapies. But sometimes the most profound improvements come from going back to basics, from nourishing the body with what it truly needs to function at its best. The beauty of this approach is that you don't have to wait months to notice subtle changes. And if you use it correctly, these small improvements can grow into something life-changing. So, that brings us to the next question. How exactly do you take it to make sure you get the maximum benefit every single morning? How EVU works for men's vitality. When I explain to a patient how extra virgin olive oil EVU works inside the body, I often see the same reaction, a slow nod, a spark of understanding, and the question, why didn't anyone tell me this before? The truth is, we often overlook the connection between what we eat and how well our vital systems function, especially when it comes to male performance. EVU works on the very foundation of your sexual and overall vitality, your blood vessels, and your hormones. At the heart of it is nitric oxide, a chemical signal your body uses to tell blood vessels to relax and open wide, allowing blood to flow freely. Without enough nitric oxide, even the strongest desire won't translate into strong performance because the blood simply can't reach where it needs to go. The unique compounds in high-quality EVOO, polyphenols like oleuropein and hydroxy, and enhance nitric oxide production, almost like oiling the hinges on a rusty door so it can swing open smoothly again. But it doesn't stop there. The healthy monounsaturated fats in EVU also help stabilize testosterone levels. Think of testosterone as the fuel that powers a man's energy, drive, and sexual function. Without it, everything slows down. By giving your body the right fats, you're providing the raw materials it needs to maintain hormone balance. And here's another benefit most men overlook. These fats help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are critical for immune function, bone strength, cellular repair, and overall vitality. Every spoonful of EVU is working on your whole system, not just one part, building a healthier, stronger foundation for every aspect of your life. Knowing how it works is one thing. Knowing how to take it for maximum results is another. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to use this simple oil each morning so it delivers the fullest impact, right where you need it most. Continuing from where we left off, now that you know why extra virgin olive oil works, the next question is just as crucial. How do you take it the right way to see real results? The correct way to take it. Over the years, I've learned an important lesson. It's not just what you take, but how you take it that makes all the difference. I've seen men rush out to buy a bottle of extra virgin olive oil after hearing about its benefits, only to return weeks later saying, "Doc, I don't feel any different." When I ask how they've been using it, the answer is often the same. They've been drizzling it over dinner, mixing it into heavy foods, or, worse, using low-quality oil that's already lost most of its nutrients before it even reached their kitchen. The truth is simple. The method matters just as much as the ingredient itself. So how do you get the full impact? The first rule is quality. Always choose 100% pure, first cold-pressed single-origin, extra virgin olive oil stored in a dark glass bottle to protect it from light. If the label doesn't say those exact words, keep looking. The second rule is timing. Take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else passes your lips. This allows your body to absorb the powerful polyphenols and healthy fats directly, without interference from other foods. You can boost its effect even further with a couple of simple additions. A small squeeze of fresh lemon juice adds a burst of vitamin C, which works hand in hand with the oil to support nitric oxide production. And a tiny pinch of freshly ground black pepper, which contains piperine, can enhance nutrient absorption. These small tweaks transform a simple habit into a powerful morning ritual. Finally, and most importantly, consistency is everything. This isn't something you try for a few days and then forget. It's a daily ritual, a quiet act of self-care that builds results over time. The men who commit to it notice the difference not just in their circulation, but in their energy, mood, and confidence. Emotional connection. Why this matters now that you know how to take it. Let's talk about why this simple ritual matters. So much not just for your body, but for your quality of life. I've had men sit in my office, lower their voices, and admit something they've never told anyone before. They share the frustration of wanting intimacy but not being able to follow through. They describe avoiding situations where their performance might be tested because the fear of failure feels worse than the act of trying. And it's not just about sex. It's about identity, feeling like the man you've always been, the man you want to keep being. When circulation declines and the body stops responding, it chips away at more than just physical function. It steals confidence, strains relationships, and quietly erodes self-worth. I've seen marriages turn cold because a man didn't know how to talk about what was happening. I've seen men pull back from social life because they didn't feel like themselves anymore, and I've seen the spark return when they take small, deliberate steps toward reclaiming their vitality. This isn't about vanity. It's about connection to your partner, to your own sense of power, to the joy of feeling strong and capable. The beauty of this morning ritual is that it signals to yourself that you still care, that you're still in the game, and that you're willing to invest in your well-being. Every spoonful is a choice to protect your health, restore your confidence, and keep your life vibrant. Here's single quotes us the truth. Once you start feeling the change, it's not just you who notices. Your partner notices, your friends notice. People see the energy in your face, the way you carry yourself, the way you engage with the world. That kind of transformation is worth fighting for. Of course, every tool has its limits, and even something this powerful works best when used wisely. Before you begin, there are a few important things you need to know to ensure it's safe and truly effective for you. Safety and important notes. Over my 3 decades working in men's health, I've learned something critical. No matter how natural or beneficial a remedy is, it's never a one-size-fits-all solution. I've had patients eager to start this morning ritual immediately, but before I give them the green light, we always have an honest conversation about safety first. While extra virgin olive oil is one of the healthiest foods on earth, there are certain situations where you need to proceed with care. For instance, if you have gallstones or digestive issues, taking oil on an empty stomach could cause discomfort or even trigger a problem. If you're on medication for heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or other chronic conditions, it's essential to check with your doctor first. Even natural compounds can interact with prescription drugs in ways you might not expect. And if you've been diagnosed with serious vascular disease or advanced erectile dysfunction caused by nerve damage, this ritual alone isn't enough. You need a full, personalized treatment plan. Another point that cannot be overstated is quality. Using low-grade, blended, or refined oils isn't just less effective, it can be harmful. Cheap oils are often stripped of their beneficial compounds, and sometimes even contaminated. The results we're talking about come only from high-calorie, cold-pressed, single-origin VU, stored properly to protect its potency. I also advise patients to listen to their bodies. If you feel discomfort, start small, half a teaspoon. Gradually work up. If it continues to bother you, try it with a light piece of toast instead of on an empty stomach. The goal is to support your body, not stress it. When approached with the right knowledge, this morning ritual can be a safe and powerful addition to your lifestyle. And when you combine safety with consistency, you set yourself up for results that truly last. The twist to boost results. Over the years, I've noticed something remarkable. The men who see the fastest and most impressive results aren't just the ones who take their spoon of olive oil every morning. They're the ones who combine it with one small, deliberate action that sets circulation into motion right away. It's a step so simple most people overlook. But when done immediately after taking your oil, it primes your blood vessels to open, your nitric oxide levels to rise, and your body to deliver nutrients exactly where they're needed. That step is movement. Not a long workout, not a complicated routine, just 5 minutes of light walking, preferably outside where you can breathe fresh air. Moving your body right after consuming olive oil encourages blood flow to every part of your system, including down there. The walking acts like a pump, sending nutrient-rich blood through your arteries and helping your endothelium absorb the full benefit of polyphenols and healthy fats. I've seen this combination work wonders for men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. It's as if their bodies are reminded each morning that vitality is still possible, and those pathways for circulation are still open for business. And because it's so easy, there's no reason not to do it. You don't need special equipment, a gym membership, or a huge block of time, just your own 2 feet and a commitment to take that short walk. Think of it this way. The oil repairs and nourishes your blood vessels, while the walk activates and tests them, keeping them responsive and strong. Together, they create a 1-2 punch for better circulation, more energy, and improved performance. Gentlemen, we've covered a lot today, from understanding why circulation declines after 60, to uncovering the overlooked power of extra virgin olive oil, to seeing exactly how and when to take it for maximum impact. We've talked about the science, but, more importantly, we've talked about what this means for you, your health, your confidence, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. I've seen men walk into my office feeling frustrated, defeated, and unsure if things could ever change. And I've watched them walk out months later with a spark in their eyes, standing taller, living with more energy, and carrying themselves with pride. This is about more than a teaspoon of oil. It's about proving to yourself that you still have the power to influence your future. It's about reclaiming the parts of life that make it worth living, and refusing to let age dictate your story. So start tomorrow morning. Take that spoon, choose quality, stay consistent, and if you can, follow it with a few minutes of movement. You'll be giving your body the tools it needs to heal and thrive, while sending yourself a daily message. You're still in control, still strong, and still very much alive.